Will someone join quickly? Arachne matchups, a bit difficult, or I don't know, it never feels bad, but it feels kind of close to losing sometimes. Yeah, Talishar in game chat is bugged right now. Oh, ow. That hurts. Especially if he has like a cut to the chase. Um. Hey, how's it going? It's been going really well. I think Azalea's pretty good right now. Outside of the Droma matchup. Question is if I'm not going to throw the last card. I'll take the punish. This is rough. No buffs in that hand. There's a debate to not play the knock there, but I feel like there's a reasonable chance he has a D-react here, and I'd like to save this headshot for a taller attack later or something. I don't know. Yeah, the knock wasn't really doing anything, but yeah. Maybe that was an incorrect usage of knock there. I don't know. What I do know is these hands are very awkward right now. This is not great, but I think it's manageable on top. X, there's the shred. Yeah, it's just this matchup is less so about tempo and more so about value. So it does get a little bit weird. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just extend this. Do I want to extend this Deadeye? Yeah, I mean I already committed to it. I don't know. I'm not the happiest with these first couple turns, but I'm not too worried yet. I presented the full stack, so I'm just looking to piece together some higher damage turns. Yeah, we're burning through the D-reacts is one nice thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna come in for 5 here. I mean, he's gained like a health advantage, but like I'm not too worried about the health advantage right now. Yeah, it's the 3rd D-react already. Well, he's not actually coming out very ahead on cards. I've got D-Reacts, so I don't really care about the spider bites. Hey Dustfim, how's it going? I think I'm gonna let him kill one of my cards. Oof, explaining the game from the ground up is a little complicated. There's a lot to it. I guess at its core, it's gonna be a 1 versus 1 card game where you're playing as a specific hero. In this case, I'm playing as Azalea, he's playing as Arachne. Prior to the game, you're going to choose your own equipment, so you get a weapon or two, depending on, you have 2 hands, so I'm using a 2-handed bow, and he's got 2 1-handed daggers. And then you also get to choose a headpiece, a chest piece, a leg slot, and arm slot for your equipment. And then you build a deck and you play with that. The kind of equipment is often either accumulated value or like one-time usage. So like, for example, this tunic is doing stuff that I can use its effect every 3 turns. This I can use every turn. Stuff like that. This is bad. This Arachne is running a lot of defense reactions. But one of the cool things about the game is the fact that all of your cards are going to not only be able to be played, but they can be used to generate resources. So you don't have a standard like resource pool that you would in other games. Oh man, this hand is real bad. So like, this is a yellow stripped card at the top, so it pitches for 2 resources. And the red ones pitch for 1, and then blues would pitch for 3. So each turn you draw back up to 4, and you play with that, which this hand is unfortunately unplayable. So I'm just going to Arsenal pass here. Additionally, you have an extra zone where you can kind of save cards in between turns. I'm playing a hero where you have kind of an additional usage for this zone. As a ranger, all of my arrow attacks are going to be fired out of the arsenal. So as most decks are going to just put a card in the arsenal at the end of their turn, I'm going to be using my bow to load arrows into my arsenal and then fire them out of the arsenal. So it's a bit more thematic. If you don't use all of the cards in your hand, you just draw back up to 4. So if I ended my turn with 2 cards in hand, I would only draw 2. So typically you want to use every card in your hand when possible. And what I'm playing on right now is just an online client, fan-made client. Typically it's played in person. This game's going very poorly. Hopefully this can give me a quick turnaround to it. Unfortunately, it's hard for me to explain what each of the cards do, as I'm going to be doing a lot of different stuff each turn. And there's no like overlay like there is in Hearthstone that you as a viewer can see. Yeah, I think this guy's playing like rainbow unmovables. This is gonna be real bad. Unfortunately, his deck is kind of just built to beat mine. I don't think it's great into a lot of other stuff, but it's definitely gonna do well into me. Okay, so what's my game plan from this point is I need to maximize the amount of value I get out of each of my cards to try and kill him. He's also been blocking with a lot of cards. So if I can stay on the front foot, I may be able to run him out of cards as well. Or run him low. Haven't seen any remembrances. Okay, there's a Rain Razors. I'm gonna look to set up a big Rain Razors turn. There definitely are a lot of good like how to play videos on Flesh and Blood. I just can't think of them right off, or what would be best. Yeah, and it's hard for me to come up with the helpful links right now. Okay, so I do have a red in the ledger. I could go for just a tall, very tall turn here. Question is, do I want to use the Rain Razors, or do I want to save that? Hey Josh, how's it going? Hey Alec. So I've got two possible lines here. I could go 11 dominate or 13 dominate. I guess or I could go 15 dominate. I think I'm just gonna do the 15. I'll leave the arrow on top for next turn. I'm burning a lot of buffs here, and I get punished pretty hard by another unmovable in Arsenal, but I've seen him pitch at least 2 of them. So hopefully there's no D-Reacts in Arsenal here. Alright, it's really big. The Eradicate's annoying. I think I'm giving him an E-Strike. Let's see. So I'm down 1 Rain Razors. This would be my second one that I'd be pitching. Which I think I'm leaning towards something like this. Yeah. So he's gonna go up over the top, and I'll give him that all you got. So wait, actually, no, I covered up entirely. So I should, yeah, I should have waited for him to resolve the that all you gots first. Or sorry, the cut to the chases first. We're just gonna take a slow turn here. But I have a bit of a health lead, I'm slightly ahead on cards, but that probably won't last for long. So I do need to focus on the health lead and tempo lead, because that's what I'm going to need to win the game. Obviously, I can't fatigue him. Oh, that Rain Razors is interesting. Just don't think it's quite good enough. Then the follow-up question is, am I leaving it on top? I think I'm okay leaving it on top. I haven't seen any red Bolton shots. So I think we're just gonna leave it there. Whoops. Wrong card to pitch. What's that one? So we're just gonna come in for Sleep Dart for 8, and then have a hand with a Bolton Shot in Arsenal and a Rain Razors in hand. And the goal is to hopefully come in with 3. I mean, the dream would be 4, but realistically just 3 arrows next turn off the Rain Razors. But I'd like to take a card or 2 from his hand here, so he doesn't crack back too hard. Oh, he's... okay. It's fine. So that's the 3rd unmovable down. I haven't seen any red unmovables yet. It's only been yellows and blues. But yeah, this is gonna be rough. Because he's on an incredibly defensive list. Interesting, he's going buff. I can't afford to block that. Okay, well, here we go. Hopefully we can make this work. The dream here is I can get 4 arrows off with this Rain Razors. He's got no arsenal, so ideally this pushes some damage. Yeah, this Arachne is running 6 unmovables, Sigils, Fates, Sinks, and Oasis Respites. Which means I'm gonna die. Elliot, yes, I did put every card in my deck in for this matchup. And I'm still probably gonna get fatigued. Okay, he just wants to take all of the damage. Oops. So that ended up being 22. Yeah, 22 damage. Now he decides to block. Alright. Well, I'm happy with that. Yeah, that feels very ballsy not blocking there. So that is my 2nd Rain Razors down. And I'm on the front foot right now. There's no guarantee I'll actually get to play my 3rd Rain Razors. There's always the risk of getting banished. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the Bullseye Bracers here. Make sure I can use this Bolton Shot effectively. Yeah, he didn't want to block with the Surgicals because they're expensive. Not exactly, Tech Priest. There's no damage dealt for not having cards in your deck. However, if you have no cards in your deck and you try and draw back up, you just only draw as many cards as possible. So since I'm a deck with no traditional weapon, meaning my weapon doesn't actually deal damage, if I run out of cards in my deck, I can't kill him anymore. So his win condition is running me out of cards. It's a pretty uncommon win condition. Okay, he is playing a Remembrance, which means there's no chance I can ever fatigue him here. Or run him out. Like, yeah, it just isn't gonna happen. Okay, so... we'll leave that on top. And I'll see how he responds here. I imagine I'm going to get 2 cards. And then the question is... oh, interesting. Oh, we got a D-react. I think I want to end my turn with a Bolt and Shot and Arsenal. Which means I'm just going to take this turn slow. Oh, I meant to pitch the other one. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of gas in my deck. I've been pitching a lot of good cards. I'm not too worried about that. I'm actually reasonably content with the given situation. Yeah, most heroes have actual weapons, so it's harder to actually run them out of cards. Although he is actually running low on cards and running low on health. It's a bit weird. I think I'm gonna do it this way. Yeah, if for some reason we were both running out of cards at the same time, he would be able to survive. Or if he had exactly 1 card left and I had 1. Is it worth to him the BNS here to save for late game and try and line it up with last rain? Oh, so I've used 2 of my Rain Razors, which means I'm slightly concerned at what will happen to my 3rd one. Because if he gets the banish off the top, like there's not really much I can do about it. So I'm not going to bank too heavily on that. I'm going to lean more into a tempo plan here. I think I'm just going to take the 5 here then. And see what the next attack is. Yep. Hopefully I don't get punished by like a shred. But I'd like to think he knows not to arsenal a shred. I could see him arsenaling a cut to the chase though. I'm going to send that to the bottom on the chance that he has the way of getting over. Yeah. I need to save that. And he left the card on top. Rip my Bolt and Shot. Or actually, what was the other card he got? He got a Glide Path. Ouch. That hurts. If they Arsenal Shred, they get stuck in a spot where if they attack for with a 0 for 4, and I just don't block, they can never actually use the Shred, and then they can't get a D-React into Arsenal. They have no D-React, or nothing in Arsenal, so I'm gonna do this. Hey Joshua, how's it going? So weird. I could go for a Bolt and Shot for 5 Dominate. I lose a lot of tempo. He's... No, I'm just going to come in for the 8. He's surprisingly low on cards in deck, and I have health to work with. So I think I'm just going to continue to pressure here. Like, I could take 2 to 3 cards here. He's just lost so much tempo being defensive. He does get both of his equipment back. The Annihilate the Armed is a little bit annoying here. He's back on 6 though. So if I give him 2 cards, what's my follow-up here? And the question is which 2 cards? I think I'm okay giving him these 2 cards. He's got no arsenal. If I find an arrow on top, could be fine. Do I want to fire the rabble this turn? I've only seen 1 CNC. So I think I'm going to take the value play and go here. It's a very real chance that he has another CNC, so I'm just going to E-strike for 7 and then look to sigil. If he's well, he's not going to CNC me now. Yeah, no problem, Tech Priest. Thanks for stopping by. Is 1 surgical remaining? Fleece for 5. I think I have to let this one hit. Ouch. Those were painful hits. So we glide here. Oh, beautiful. Alright, so we're coming in for a lot of damage here. And then I get to arsenal this Bolton. I think I should be able to close out the game from this point. Because he's probably got to throw black tech in a card. So how many unmovables is he down? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think just 4. Yeah, so there's the 5th unmovable. But he's still down to 2. And that should be enough there. 8 dominate. I mean, I suppose there could be the 3rd unmovable. We go 9 dominate. No, we just do it this way. Oh, this is a release the tension. I'm an idiot. That was supposed to be a headshot. I might have just thrown there. For some reason, I thought it was a regular buff. Yeah, if he has the unmovable in hand, I think I threw. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That was real bad. Oh. Oasis Respite? Oh, no. Alright. And yeah, I was down to 2 arrows, 2 buffs. So, was he only playing one Oasis Respite? Yeah, he only played one. Does it let me? I wish I could click on his deck and see what was left. Yeah, never punished. Yeah, that was a lot of unmovables. I don't know, I don't think Arachne is good. Why is there a Crown of Dichotomy? Yeah, I don't know. I think Arachne can, like, the only deck it can consistently fatigue is, like, Lexi, maybe? Oh, wait, yeah, that's Null Rune Boots. Yeah, I saw that. Definitely did not miss that one. Is worth the no. We'll leave the fatigue shot on top, though. I don't think it's worth the dominate. I'd rather have the D-React in Arsenal. And drill shot on hit is actually really relevant early on. Alright, well, all of his equipment block is gone. Feels pretty good. Arcane damage ranger would be interesting. I don't know how they'd make that work, but it could be cool in theory. This is true. Big brain, shush boy. Can't take away armor block from their equipment if it doesn't block. No, Briars have been playing Tome of Harvest for quite some time. It's pretty common. Now, if they had Crown of Seeds and were playing like Earth Fuse stuff, then that would be your janky list. But this looks pretty standard. Well, aside from the equipment. So by default with drill shot, your target is always going to be the equipment that, if it has temper or battle worn, you pick the one that has the least or the most value on the next one. But then past that, you just simply hit the thing that they want to block with next most of the time. So like, if there's a tunic and a grasp that both can block for one still, I'm going to hit the grasp, because typically they would block with the grasp next. This is fine because he's under Seek and Destroy, so I don't care if this hits. I'm going to preserve 3 health, though. Josh, some Briars are actually playing Crown of Seeds for the Icelander matchup now. So it's actually not unheard of. It's kind of funny. I think with that opt there, I was not supposed to leave that all you got on top, because I'm likely going to get quite a few attacks out of him here, or cards out of him. Okay, this guy still has his cash in, but he brought the wrong crown. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I agree. Azalea, star of the show. When an arrow is loaded, goes from the deck to the arsenal, it gets +2 dominate and go again. I think this is very perfectly balanced. I'm gonna be greedy and hope I hit a buff and use my tunic resource here. Nope, never a buff. I mean, that version of Azalea would definitely make Sandscour Greatbow very good. And, you know, like 9 of silver the tips. Alright, let's see how high we can get the grasp. I think it was a Teklo heart at -5 the other day. It was great fun. Coax for 10. And he's got 1 float. So we'll take the arcane. I'm just going to go ahead and look to block this out. Oh. Oh, I got punished so hard. Oh, I got punished so hard. That was really good from him. That was always a thorn in my mind. Yeah, I'm very curious what Outsiders will bring for Azalea. But for now, the focus is still just on this next ProQuest season. Oh, I did get chat on screen. I forgot that I added that. I never actually double-checked that it was actually in a good spot. But I did put it on screen. This does not have go again? Wait, what happened here in chat? Why does this say the... Oh, never mind. Ignore me. This draw doesn't matter, does it? Okay, I don't care about this draw. Yeah, there's no creepers, like... I think I'm okay just letting these hit. Shush boy, 60 arrow deck is the easiest to fatigue deck, I think is what you mean. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, Dromai is rough. I can't figure out what to do in that matchup. And the problem is just because we need to be playing above 60 cards in quite a few matchups, we can't afford to like put in a bunch of cards that are bad into other decks just to be able to beat Dromai. Huh. This turn's annoying. I think I'm okay giving him that. Yeah. It really just comes down to hoping that you draw well, and they don't. Which is not where I want to be. But I've played the matchup a decent amount, and I just can't. There's no like, aha, this is how you beat Dromai moment. Or if there is, I just haven't come across it yet. I'm gonna save the tunic resource. Let's do this. No, it's difficult for all of the rangers to deal with the board, and the Ashwings are basically impossible to deal with. So you kind of just bleed out, which they're their dragons get more value the longer they're in play. So after a certain point, you can't deal with dragons anymore, and you just have to hope you can kill them before they kill you. And it's, yeah, it's just kind of miserable. The Lexi matchup is manageable. It's just kind of strange. Because it is, whoever has tempo keeps tempo until they brick. Or just don't hit a disruptive enough turn, and then it switches. Oops. My assumption is that Briar clicked the wrong stuff. That's a snatch for 8. This appear. Oh. Wait, what the heck? Oh, they restarted the turn? I mean, as long as they start out the same way and aren't going based on new information, it's fine. Interesting. So he's not playing the Nimblism? I bet he's got another attack that he wants to be able to buff both of. Yeah. Or... oh yeah, I knew he had the Scar. I'm gonna take the Thorn after this. As much as I hate it, I think I just need to throw the hand in front of this. I'll just take the 5 from the Rosetta, and then I'm just gonna blind Azalea. I think the way I lose this game is letting him get a massive Force of Nature turn with like multiple draws. This Bolton Shot's annoying, but I'm gonna hold it in case I draw a Rain Razors. Okay, so he gets 1. And he got a Snatch. I don't think this Rain Razors is actually doing very much. So I think I want a different card to Arsenal. Actually no, this is fine. I'm gonna be greedy on this. So, we'll see if we connect this, then we get to cross wrap and look for another arrow. Or he's blocking 5, which I'm okay with him blocking 5. Cool. Unfortunate. Just need him not to have on hit draw threatened for a turn. But that's 2 Force of Natures and all 3 Snatches gone. There's another Force of Nature. No Fuse though. Okay, there's a Command and Conquer on top of his deck. Noted. Alright, that should do it. This probably would have been a different game if he actually had the creepers and crown, but Oh well. Yeah, I think he accidentally loaded like a Briar loadout because he had cash in. Yeah, those ones are always weird because it's like sometimes the person who presents the wrong equipment will just concede, which is probably better for testing reasons because that doesn't translate to good testing. But then other times you just play it out at the disadvantage and it doesn't feel great. I know I've done that on Icelander where I accidentally presented Alluvian into like an Oldham or something. And it was like, wow, it really hurt not having my Tunic the entire game. Hey Sam, how's it going? I don't remember if I said hi already. And she can play Crown of Providence. Like, come on, that's what you normally play. She plays all the crowns. Is there any crowns she can't play? Yeah, four-headed Briar. Come on, let's go. uh, Crown of Reflection. Rip. Yeah, Crown of Reflection is the only one. This matchup's tough, but we'll do it. Oh, this is one of the Bravos who top 8'd San Jose. I keep forgetting chat's broken. Oh, never mind, it's fixed now. So this is how this game is gonna go. I mean, I think there's a pretty strong argument to give up my perch grapplers here. I hate that I'm doing it, but I think it's correct. Yeah, he's got no arsenal, and he'd lock me out of... Like, I'd just have to pass with 4 cards. Obviously, I didn't know I'd draw the sigil, but... Do I risk drawing a buff? Or do I look for drawing a buff? Or, yeah, I do. Always punished. I mean, not really that punished, because the other line would have just been headshot for 8 and arsenal the sigil, which actually ends up being even worse on like total value. And especially with the perch grapplers gone, there's a reasonable argument for trying to keep like a fatigue or a red in the ledger in the arsenal. Just because it's something I can play after getting like crippling, but obviously he didn't, or he did block, so it's not as relevant here. This is fine. We're looking at next turn. I'm fine with the sigil, I think. And I'm going into my Tunic turn, so I'm going to arsenal the fatigue shot here. We know this is probably a decent card to Arsenal, because he chose not to make the Surge and hammer for 6. There's a reasonable chance it's a D-React, or like a Spinal or Crippling or something like that. I mean, it could be like a Pummel as well, but either way, he's happy with what this card is in his arsenal. Is my assumption. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, Revealing, Crippling, and Thunderquake. So it could also be like a... I did have an Arsenal on that other turn. So he did have a CNC line that he chose not to do, if that's a CNC. I think I'm going to lead off with no blocks and just see where this goes. It's probably going to be... Oh, interesting. This makes me think that it's probably a D-React, because I locked it out with the Remorseless. Yeah, so I'm just going to block 3, and then I'll get this Fate Foreseen in Arsenal. Don't like the Memorial there. Yeah, Sigil of Solace. Definitely wish it was a take cover in this matchup. But I just don't think take cover is quite as good into the majority of matchups. There's too many hands where I draw into, like, I have tempo and then I draw double D-React. Whereas Sigil doesn't get punished by that. Like right now, if this was a take cover and I had tempo, like I'd just be wasting a card. Okay, this is probably a big attack. Please let me draw another D-React. I'm gonna get Dominate Cripplinged. Oh, just regular Cripplinged. This is fine. Don't want that in Arsenal. It's not a great exchange, but it's manageable. Yeah, I'm very unsure what's in his arsenal. I think it might be a D-React. No, if it was a D-React, he probably wouldn't have done it that way. It might be a Pummel. Yep, was the Pummel. Which actually, that Pummel hurts a lot less than most other Pummels. So, it's annoying, but I think I'm okay with this. And he sacrificed a lot of his... Yeah, my turn was already ruined. But I got rewarded for having the Fatigue Shot in Arsenal. My turn was already ruined, so I don't think the... Like, that card was a dead card anyways. So he used 2 resources for 4 damage. But the discard was irrelevant in that situation. Another Spinal. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind on health, but his armor being down is quite nice. I'm trying to think if I want to block with knock or headshot. It's probably just headshot. Yeah. We'll call it headshot. Come on, show me a red. I think it is actually pretty debatable as to which one I should be blocking with there, though. I mean, he is, but I'm also down, what, like 4 D-reacts? 3 D-reacts? There's a conversation to bottom this drill shot and hope I hit something better randomly, but in this case, the reason for leaving the drill shot on top was just to make sure that I got my, what's the card? So that I could get my rabble for 4. I think I'm gonna try and dig for like a buff or something. Okay, that works. I don't know that it's confirmed, but it seems rather likely. Because each of the other sets that have visited areas have had the original hero, like a talented version of it. So like Monarch visited the Monastery and Solana, so we got to see a new Rune Blade as well as a new Warrior. Then Tales of Arya visited Arya, so we got to see a new Guardian. Then Uprising visited Volcor, so we got to see a new Wizard. And now we're visiting the Pits. It would make a lot of sense to see a new, what's the card? Ranger. So I'm gonna go for a big turn here. This'll do. So I'm actually gonna look for an arrow on top. Beautiful. This is actually a very interesting turn. It's not how I planned this turn to go, but it's gonna turn out pretty well. Okay, we got the D-react. I think this is worth the bracers. Yeah, it was definitely worth the bracers. And that's one of those situations where, let's assume that this E-Strike wasn't like an E-Strike, a card that I could play there. I know I've mentioned it in the past where sometimes those bracers can translate to just like 8 damage. Sometimes you don't find that value across the game, but sometimes it's just 8 damage. I think I want to take this 4 and stay on the front foot. Now this is interesting. I'm not really that happy with just 11 dominate. I think I'd rather go for the 13 damage line. Now the question is, do I want to... So I could 11 dominate a red in the ledger, but then he just casts something without dominating it, and that's not great. Or I could represent 13. Then the follow-up is, do I want the red in the ledger in the arsenal, or do I want red in the ledger, or do I want a different card? I think I want a different card, because there's a very real chance he starts throwing cards in front of it. Yeah, Shush Boy, can you imagine if I had a third Bolton shot instead of that E-Strike? Ooh, would have been great. I'm going to bottom the Release the Tension. Uh-oh, he's not blocking. He's not blocking, so I'm going to make him throw something. When they don't block, There's a very, very real chance that it's going to be like a CNC pummel. So I'm just going to overextend my hand to make sure that I don't get ruined by the CNC pummel. And like also, he can only play one action this turn. Whoops. Or one action card. Yep, it's going to be a CNC pummel. And it's not my favorite. Yeah, I smelled that CNC pummel from a mile away. I'm gonna discard the razors here. Please be a red. Please be a red. Thank God. I lost a game earlier off of this hitting a blue. And I was very disappointed. Aw, he has the D-React. I wanted 2 cards. Well, that's not good. No, stop. Just cheating. I mean, I have to look for the arrow. And we'll just go in for 7. If I found the arrow, I would just kill him there. But I'm going to leave this D-React in Arsenal. Just as a safety net. I think that's his second CNC, or... yeah. So there's technically one left. There was actually a discussion. I could have gone for the blind Azalea, because I still have decent plays if I miss. But because I had the release the tension, I just win the game if I hit. Okay. This is fine. Yep. We're chilling. This is remorseless to lock out the D-React. Sure. Nice. I had 1 card left over 1 turn. Yeah, the average value per turn is always going to be kind of low in this matchup due to the disruption, but it'd get there. Yeah, Azalea is a good deck. But yeah, that guy's a very good Bravo player. Like I said, he top 8'd the San Jose Calling on Bravo. I think he was 8-0 going into day 2. So all the people who just go games on Talishar don't count. You do play against good players from time to time. I'm pretty sure he's also NorCal. I forget his name, but I think he was NorCal. I mean, I could ask him, but we go second into Phi. Yeah, the Marvel Sandscour already did jump. I don't know if it's settled back down, but you know, like this matchup should be really good on paper, but it's still scary. Oh, he played Tunic. Interesting. I don't know. I definitely drop games in this matchup. A lot more than I'd like. I mean, yeah, in theory he will. Interesting, Blue Ronin Renegade. I have not seen that traditionally. As much as I hate blocking with the bolt and shot, this hand doesn't look like it's going to be great with a bolt and shot. I mean, maybe it could have been fine. I don't know. I'm just going to be focusing on raw damage early on. Alright, I guess I don't get to hold any cards. It's fine, it's a lava burst gone. I just drew basically back the same hand. Rabble, headshot, buff, but yellow, or the bolt and shot changed color. It's actually kind of funny. So I'm actually going to take aim the Rabble and then use that to opt. I'm trying to find a red. That is not a red. So we bottomed a blue and we're going to hit another blue because that's how that always works. With only 5 other blues in the deck of the 51 on... Oh, hey, easy. I feel like I hit the double blue way too often. Like, I'm like, opt, send that blue to the bottom, and then I hit another one. And it's frustrating. So yeah, this is just a good damage turn. It's 13 off of 3 cards. Or rather, went in with a 4-card hand and used 3, ended with an arsenal. For 13 damage is super efficient. They really are. Like, I've run so few blues. But I still somehow hit them. Although I'm sure it's really just bias of you remember when you hit blues and you just accept it as normal when you hit the reds. So unfortunately, we didn't get any cards out of his hand, which means he's going to be cracking back for a lot here. Come on. No, don't say that. It's not happening. He doesn't have Tunic Resource, so hopefully it's not a 39 damage turn. Okay, Yellow Brand is a nice start. Well, he let it hit, so I don't think there's any Art of Wars coming. Wait, he's just going into Salt the Wound? What is his hand? I'm just gonna no block. Like, is this Snaps? Razor? Um, I'm so confused, but I think I'm okay with this. Does he have, like, close to a nuts hand? Like, maybe he has Art of Wars and he's like, oh, I'll just hold them and go for a big turn off the Tunic next turn? I don't think he understands how Azalea works if he thinks that that's the correct play here. Yeah, this is the competitive queue. I'm curious. I mean, yeah, you definitely have a mixed bag of matchups. Was I supposed to leave that on top? Huh. Wait, what did... Oh my gosh. Now I'm trolling. That's his strat. His strat was do the most absurd play possible so that your opponent forgets how to play the game. Because it worked. I mean, that is the strat. I mean, there's like a weird line here where I break my perch grapplers and bracers, but that sounds a little too cute for me. But it would let me cast the Remorseless for 5 if I'm afraid of him having a big turn here. Which, I mean, I am afraid of him having a big turn here, but I don't know. Am I just dead here? Oh no. Oh no. I think I'm dead. Gets the Phoenix Flame, Tunic, Art of War from Arsenal, banish the Phoenix Flame. Yeah, I'm dead. GG, go next. Hey Adam, how's it going? I mean, I'm hoping to kill aggro heroes, but I'm not optimistic about this game. The way he played his last turn made it very clear that he's gonna have a massive turn. So I think I might be dead. Yep, there's the second one. Yeah. Ruh-roh. So the nice thing is that he doesn't have a Phoenix Flame engrave. So that's like 3 less damage. Oh, and of course, Spreading Flames too. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh, if he goes into like Flame Call Awakening, I'm just very dead. Huh. I don't know why he's not popping mass. Oh, double Spreading Flames. Got it. I don't know. The last 2 cards in his hand are like Minnowism or something. Clearly. He never has a good line here. It's never Flame Call Awakening into Emberblade, into Flame, into... Yeah, I'm... Okay, we got the... Only 1 card left. And no Phoenix Flame, which means... Yeah, like I said, he needs to be popping his Link's mask a lot earlier. Because now I just block the Link's trigger. For 7? Yeah, how about no? So he just lost... Wouldn't have procced Shuko. But he just lost 9 damage. Because he didn't pop his mask. Which, normally you can get at least 6. So he probably lost 3 damage. Alright. We can make this work. I'm always down with my opponent punting. Yeah, that was a lot less than 39. That was like 27 or something. This is a weird conversation. Do I ever play the second Rain Razors? No, I don't think so. Because he never dies off of his own turn. I don't think he's playing 5 cards this next turn. Maybe he will. Phoenix Flame. I wonder if he'll learn his lesson about popping your mask. I love the situation where he's under Remorseless and has a Phoenix Flame. Yeah. Because he's got he played a Phoenix Flame for 0 and lost a life for playing it. That's a real feels good, man. That flame literally did negative damage. Also, he didn't pop his mask at the start, so I'm probably going to be able to block the mask this turn as well. Snatch. Yeah, he's throwing. I mean, to be fair, even if he got the 9 damage off the mask last turn, I think I'm still doing okay. No Flame Engrave. I want to find an arrow on top, ideally. Rain, pitch, load. Still would like an arrow on top, but okay. I don't know. We'll start with this, see what happens. But I held the knock as a backup, so I can go like red in the ledger for 7. I mean, it depends on if he decides to throw equipment or not. Because he does have 5 block here. Okay, now he's got 3 block in equipment. Which means knock into Remorseless. The D-react from hand keeps him alive. Can't be an arsenal. Yeah, he's on 1, so any point of damage going through wins this, and there's no headshots left. Yeah, so even if he had thrown the mask for 9 damage, it still would have been fine in this game. But, you know, losing with Mask of the Pouncing Lynx and Snaps Up is not where you want to be. Hey, Sergey, how's it going? he not gonna... Is he just gonna sit here instead of just passing? I mean, it's possible he had the double D react and one in Arsenal, one in hand. Didn't realize that Remorseless stops it from Arsenal. In which case he should just undo. Yeah, he just went inactive. Classy. I'll be honest, I have not played Blitz in quite some time. I think I played one Blitz event during the skirmish season. Damn it, Sam. Why you gotta snipe me? No, you're good. This is a fun matchup. I played one Blitz event during the last skirmish season, and then prior to that, I played in like skirmish season 3, 2 is my previous one. I just don't play much Blitz. My immediate assumption is that she's a bit worse, and that's because both Tunic and Crosswrap are generating value turn over turn. So kind of the longer the game goes, the more value you get out of these two. And she doesn't have access to a ton of armor at the start of the game, which means, like, if we ignore these as armor, we'll just say she essentially starts at 22 in Blitz with the Perch Grapplers, whereas in Constructed, it's 42. So, like, your armor is a lower percentage of your, or is a higher percentage of your health in that format. 3 weapons equipped. Come on, Sam. You're trolling. So the lack of armor hurts a lot more in Blitz, whereas in Constructed, you know, if you have 5 health and armor, that's 1/8 of your health, whereas it's 1/4 in here. I'm currently getting sniped by Sam. That's what happened. That's what's happening. I threw away a buff there, but it's fine. I got the sigil off. I'm gonna hold with that all you got for the second Kadachi, even though I risk getting punished by even bigger than that. I think the Phi list was... Oh no, stop, Sam, no. Damn it, Sam. Why you gotta do this? This is interesting. I think I'm just gonna take it. Now he's on it. No, no pummels. He's just a very good Katsu. So I have to be a lot more careful of him going for cheeky lines like he did there. Alright, we're probably getting like a flick flack from Arsenal. Oh, no. Interesting. Like I mentioned, whenever you're targeting with drill shot, you want to target whatever they want to block with first. Or... Yeah, outside of... So in this case, it's Breeze Rider boots. because he does, or the thing he cares least about when he blocks with. Breaking scales, he wants to put the -1 counter on it so that he can threaten the breaking scales. And then Mask and Tunic he never actually wants to block with. So Breeze Rider's like... Fuck off, Sam. Oh no. It's a disaster. Yeah, that's Sam Dando. Good friend of mine. You've probably seen him if you went to or I guess no, you're from Singapore. Any of the NA events, he's vending for min-max. Yeah. Yeah, on Roundtable as well. He's gonna razor me and get a mask drop. No. Whew. See, like, I was fully expecting Tunic CNC there. I don't know, I'm just terrified of CNC all the time. 100 wins. It's gonna be like a snatch out of Arsenal. All I know is this turn hurts. This turn hurts a lot. Okay, fine, you can have my cards. Well, that was a pretty big turn. Well, he's down 2 CNCs. So, we'll see what he does here. Alright, I'll take it. Yeah, I don't know. Sam, somehow CNCs are like glued to his hand. Which, funnily enough, he had a game with OK and Y where there was an error in his deck loading in. So he actually ended up having 4 CNCs in his deck. And I was watching the game back. And I'm sitting there like, that was the 4th CNC. So I had to like leave a comment like, okay, that's too many CNCs, Sam. You're only allowed 3. Yep. I had the flick flack, so I get punished for this really hard. Yeah, having the CNCs blow up 2D reacts kind of put me really far behind. Past his Katsu trigger. We'll take it. Oh, yeah. Sure, we'll take it. Interesting. I think I'm gonna just take the 2 damage out of the Rain Razors while I can. Yeah, those early CNCs were brutal. Oh man. And I'm down all 3 sigils already. Which means these Kodachis are gonna start hurting real bad. Does he breaking scales this ever? I mean, he might. Oh, Razor. Yeah, that works too. Wish I had some D-reacts. I'm just gonna go super tall here. And this will hopefully put him on the back foot so that... Uh-oh. Am I dead? I think I might be dead. Alright. Now that I've drawn these D-reacts, this is where his next CNC comes in. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Shush Boy. Have a good day? Yeah, day. Pitch is a surging strike. My assumption is that he drew really poorly. No. Yeah, no, this is fine. I'm just gonna die to a CNC. And I think I've accepted that. Hey, how's it going? Or a snatch. Oh, snatch for 5. Oh wait, he doesn't have go again, and he's under seek and destroy, so I don't really care. Question is, yeah, no, we'll just give him 3 here. Damn. Yeah, there's more D-reacts. Yeah. Yeah, no, the Azalea games are going pretty well. This is always an interesting matchup because Sam is probably the person I've tested Azalea against the most, so he's a very good Katsu, and also probably the Katsu who has played against the most Azalea. So it's always an interesting time. I'm gonna leave that on top. He's got the breaking scales too. I think I'm just giving him 5. The problem is, I haven't seen the third CNC yet. Alright. Always rewarded. I haven't seen the third CNC, so this actually works out well. But yeah, Sam is a very, very good Katsu, and also probably the person who has played against the most Azalea. Like, probably. He's definitely up there for most games against Azalea. Like, so. It's hard to catch him off guard with my plays. And he's also very good at catching me off guard with stuff. Oh no. Do I just die to the whelming? Like, I can't afford to let him search the whelming here. I think I just die to the natty whelming here. And I don't think there's a great way around it. I mean, he did draw this, okay, so we're good there. I think I'm gonna burn the bullseye bracers and just come in drill shot for 8 here. Yeah, he's taking the breaking scales damage while he can. Makes sense. And yeah, I'm taking my bullseye bracers damage while I can. So he's only got Tunic block left. I've got Tunic and Cross Wrap. He's coming in with a 4-card hand. I think... Yeah, I only have one That All You Got left. Doesn't matter. This double strike is brutal. I think I have to take this one though. And I really need to be able to hold. That's obnoxious. I think we just lose from this point. Yeah, because him being able to hold a blue is rough. I get 2 cards with the red in the ledger if he wants to Kadachi me. And this probably gets 1 card, yeah. Okay, so this next turn is my kind of last chance to do anything. I mean, it is also possibly only... No, he's just got to stay for the Kadachi lock, because he knows I'm out of sigils, I'm out of That All You Gots, and I'm out of equipment block. So his 1 blue gets 2 cards from me. Yep. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I get to come in for 12 here. It's not... Or no, I get to come in for 13. I mean, there's a very real chance if he draws a non-block or some 2 blocks that I could kill him here. Actually, yeah, him drawing that all you got might have cost him the game. Because 13's, unless he has a D-react, is going to cost him his entire hand. And he would have used a D-react here if he had it. Yeah, I think we might actually get there. As long as I don't brick, which I did not. It's Bolton. Headshot's fine, actually. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, very close game. I would say that that's a pretty good matchup for Azalea. However, those early CNCs and some of those big lines he had in the mid game definitely gave him a good shot at it. He just needed to not draw that even bigger than that. But like, it's the same as like if I draw a Rain Razors. It's a very powerful card at times, and then other times it's a liability when you draw it. I played against this guy earlier, I think. Did I? It's a weird list. We're just gonna take this while we can. I think this is like a Looming Doom OTK. Well, not quite OTK, but he's gonna set up like a Looming Doom. Interesting that he didn't throw equipment there. I feel like that was a reasonable time to throw a grasp. I don't know, I got pummeled by one earlier as well who did this. I don't know. It's just weird. Alright, Rain Razors on top, please. That'll work. Yeah, we take the reload, I think. Yeah, it's fine. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, oh yeah, it is getting late. Alright, have a good night. I'm gonna have the read in Arsenal, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this list is gonna have a lot of D-reacts. I'm a little bit disappointed that I had to fire a second Bolton shot just as a vanilla 4, but as much as I might want to set up stuff, I don't always have the time to like find the combo that I'm looking for. Like you kind of just have to play your cards out as you get them and hope things line up. And you do your best to piece stuff together when you can, but there's only so much you can do there. Yeah, he's just gonna start stacking rune chants. This will be a nice turn though. Okay, we'll take a very tall attack. I think that's fine. I don't think I want to Rain Razors this, I have a blue Bolton on top, which is fine on a Rain Razor's turn, and it's also fine as pitch. Like, I have a lot of flexibility with the blue Bolton. Cool. Yeah, this is nice. We got 2 Bolton shots. No Tunic resource, though. I do like that he's playing a Whisper to opt to and lose a life because of Remorseless. Sweet. Like to see another arrow on top. It's not the arrow I wanted, though. I'm gonna greet it, I think. Yeah, we're gonna take a greedy line. Always rewarded. This is for 5 right now. If I do it for 8. So, I think 8 is slightly more likely to hit. So that I get to hold my I get to hold my bullseye bracers. If I just fired it for 5, it almost never hits, and then I have to use the bracers. But then I get to bracers the fatigue shot and come in for 11 with a Seek and Destroy, which is likely to actually hit, which then will blow up whatever he's got. But I think there's a pretty strong chance that this is like a D-react. Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah, it's fine. I think I am still going to use the bracers here. Am I? I'm getting 3 damage out of it, as opposed to just arsenaling. Comes in for 8. I'm down 2 Rain Razors. I think I'm going to go ahead and just do it. Yeah, I think I kind of like half committed to that line. I think I needed to either not commit to it or fully commit to it. That was a bit bad. Ooh, interesting. Arknight Ascendancy for 3. Three dominate though. I don't think I need to sink anything. This hand is fine. I guess I could have sunk the yellow Read the Glide Path. I think this is fine. See, got like the Oasis Respite, or it's probably another reduced to rune chant. Yep. But he had used all his rune chants. Which is interesting. I feel like he should have pitched a card for that. Because he's under red in the ledger. So he wasn't going to be able to use all his cards anyways, so might as well use the Tunic resource for something else later. Throwing a piece of equipment for 1 block against a E-Strike feels very bad, but he did it. It's also my 3rd Rain Razors I just pitched, which means this Bolton shot is probably not getting quite as much value out of Arsenal, but I've still got plenty of buffs, yeah. Yeah, I can still go pretty wide here. Hopefully I can find a red on top. Remembrance? That doesn't seem good. Situationally, I don't want to say that it's like a hard set yes or no in that case. But frequently when your opponent is low, you're going to look to dominate to kill them. If you're not at risk of fatigue and the dominate isn't going to kill them, I would still probably just stick with the higher damage line, because that'll give you more, either it will let you leak damage or it'll give you more space to this one's interesting. I'm gonna still draw. It will give you more space to find that dominate to close it out as they're leaking damage. If you're starting to run low on cards or at risk of fatigue, then obviously you look at that, but here, like, I don't need to dominate when I can have a, well, depending on this hitting, I can have a very large turn. So there's actually a discussion here to not do the Bolton shot. And just go into next turn with the Bolton shot in Arsenal. But I think I'm going to be greedy here. Always rewarded. Actually, now I got punished, but now I've got access to a dominate. I'm just going to fire the dominate. But yeah, if you have a health lead and you start taking inefficient lines to push damage, that's a great way to throw away your health lead. Because you'll find yourself you're dealing less damage. You are actually dealing damage, but then you're going to start taking a bunch of damage in response. Because, like, if you leave them with 3 cards to dominate a headshot or something, then all of a sudden they've still got 3 cards and you're going to start bleeding, and then all of a sudden you're going to find yourself in a situation where you don't have enough health to just take it, and then you have to start blocking, and then the game can slip out of your hands. So just raw efficiency is usually your first priority, outside of those situations where fatigue is a big concern. I think I'm gonna call it there. I don't think I lost any games on this stream. I don't know exactly how many I played, but I think I won them all. So that's pretty good. We definitely had a couple close ones. The close one against Sam, and then the close one against Bravo. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there. It is, yeah, it's kind of late. It's 1 a.m. for me, and I wasn't planning on streaming tonight, but I just kind of felt like I was already playing Talishar, so I figured I'd turn it on. So yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by and watching. Yeah, really appreciate everyone who's stayed in here and chatted. Always makes my games more fun. All right, have a good night, everyone.